2007 Porsche Cayman. This is the 2.7, it's manual, metallic silver with black interior. I'm just going to quickly go around the whole car because you can see on the camera it is all one colour. Your colour match across every panel is all the same, which is always nice because quite often on these silver cars, especially sports cars, they've had the odd panel and wing painted. If you look at the metallic match and everything across each panel where they meet, they're all lovely, all one colour. Nothing worse than something with a dark silver door on standing out from the rest of the car. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If we start on this front corner of the bumper here, see this is all nice and clean. There's no scuffs on the corner or anything there. Around the side lights, nice and clean. The arch itself is lovely all the way around. It's got the larger wheels, which I think probably are the best wheels for a Cayman, these 18-inch ones. And it's got Continentals all round, but we'll double check. So this one, we've got a Continental Conti Sport on this one. Lovely bright caliper, nice and bright. That's not sort of faded or flaked off or covered in brake dust. If you look down the side of the car, you can see it's nice and straight all the way down. We've got a little bit of a mark on this bottom corner of the sill here. It's had some stone chips that are coming through, so they weren't touched in. But the rest of the sill, all nice and tidy all the way along. Driver's door, it's not a sign of any marks or chips or anything on that. Lovely and clean. We do have a couple of little sort of marks where it's been opened on something. But other than that, nice and tidy. Wing mirror, all nice and clean there. This A-pillar coming up onto the roof, that's all good. Roof itself's lovely and straight. There's no sign of any ripples or dents or anything in it. One or two little stone chips, which is what you'd expect. And again, boxes and Caymans have a bit of an issue with this vent and marks around it, but this one's lovely and clean. You've got a couple of stone chips on the leading edge there, where the car sticks out. You've got this PPF, which is on from the factory. That's done its job around there, which is good. This arch, all nice and clean all the way around. Again, this can be a bit of a problem area, but lovely and clean, as you can see. Another good wheel with another Continental on there, so that's 2 out of 2, 2 out of 4 so far. No marks on the rear bumper corner or anything like that. Parking sensors on the back. That nice large exhaust in the centre there. All nice and clean. Around the badge could do with a good clean, but it's the badge is intact. Normally the C gets cracked on those, or the B if it's a Boxster. It has the little fixed spoiler as well, which looks good. I believe they might also come up electrically, but we'll double check in a second. Both tail lights, nice and clean and bright. Deck lid itself, no ripples or dents or anything. All around this window, nice and tidy. This one has the rear wiper option as well. This bumper corner, all good. Another good arch, another nice wheel. There's no curving at all on any of the wheels, they're lovely and clean. With another good Continental Conti Sport on it. This whole shoulder area, that's all nice and clean and tidy. Got to pop the roof from this side. As I said, a couple of little tiny stone chips. All nice and clean. Again, a couple of stone chips around the vent. Where the car kicks out, obviously the front wheel that flings the stone up and it clips there. Sill on this side, we'll have a good look at that. That's nice and clean all the way along there. There's sort of no marks or anything on this side as well. So it's just the driver's side, wants that little touching. Passenger door, nice and clean. Wing mirror is good. This front arch, that's all lovely and clean and tidy. Whole front wing's good. And another good wheel with no curbing and another good Continental Conti Sport on there. Unusual for a Boxster or a Cayman at this age, but the headlights don't need polishing. They're nice and clean and bright. The badge is good as well. Quite often they'll fade and peel away. Front bumper itself, that's all nice and tidy. You've got, again, a couple of stone chips. You've got one down here, a couple on the little front piece here, and there's a couple on the bonnet, as you'd expect. But the bonnet itself, lovely and straight. No ripples or dents or anything in it. And like I say, all one colour silver, which is the important thing for me. Couldn't buy a 40 shades of silver car, it would drive me nuts. So metallic silver outside, there's very dark blue on the inside. Driver's seat, lovely and clean and tidy. You've got a tiny little bit of wear down the bottom here, and a little bit on the bolster, but nothing major. It's done 105,000 miles, this one. Carpet set's lovely and dark. You've got your correct Porsche mats in there as well. All this sill plate and everything's good. Now I know the boot release will work, but apparently the front one This has come off, which I've seen it on a couple of them before. You can replace them quite easily. You can still get in with the keys, that easy. All you're doing is hitting the front button and then it pops. But again, you just replace this unit. You can get them from Porsche, you can get them online quite easily. Headlining, nice and clean. Steering wheel itself, there's no sign of any real wear on that at all. Porsches do stand the miles really, really well. They do wear properly. Plenty of other sports cars that on 100,000 miles they'll be falling apart. It does have a Pioneer aftermarket head unit fitted in it, but we do have the original. Obviously aircon, and it does have the electric spoiler. All nice and clean in there. Have a look in the boot. So in here we do have a couple of spare fog light surrounds, and we do have the original head unit should you want to put that back in. They're quite a dated thing now, so most people tend to change them. Got your fluid fill up there, all nice and clean. All the aluminium and everything's nice and tidy. You've got this mesh boot retaining, sort of load retaining thing. Normally they go missing, that's still there. Carpet set and everything's nice and clean, and we do have the little parcel shelf, which doesn't seem like a lot, but at least you can stick a laptop or something in there without anyone seeing in it. And passenger side, another nice clean door card. Again, the door checks are lovely and clean all the way around. And this seat shows literally no sign of any wear at all, really good. Same with the dashboard. All nice and clean, carpet set, all good. Continue around, have a look in the front. And in here, lovely and clean. So this is part of the unit for the stereo, which obviously isn't needed anymore. So that one's put back in if you want to put the standard head unit back in. All the plastics are still here, which is nice. Carpet set's lovely and clean. So there you have it. We'll get it started up. It was driven to us from about 35-40 miles away. And obviously it's always started and everything for us as it should. So there you go, on the button. Nice and smooth, nice and quiet. Nice and clean out the back there. A little bit of condensation because obviously it's stone cold. But if you check the description, we'll detail what we've got in the way of service history, what we know about the car, the spec, all that sort of stuff. If you've got any specific questions you want answered, please just get in touch. Obviously you can come and see the car yourself in person. We're open every day for viewings, or if you can't get to it, we can do video calls, we can send photos, more videos, whatever you might need. Just let us know. Thank you.